mistake. You were tuned in on another edition of Mntaka Schools. And as you guys know, I'm never alone. This time around, I'm going with, it's Marina. Scheepers. They know, I suck at names. Because I saw a different surname and now I see this one. So it's a little bit confusing. Can you maybe tell us who are you, tell the viewers who you are and what do you do for a living?
Okay. Most people around Uppington know me. Mm-hmm. I am Marina Scheepers, married Kriel.
Nice.
I'm Marina Scheepers. I work for the Gemsbok newspaper in Uppington. Mm-hmm. I was born in Uppington.
Nice.
And I came back about 17 years ago.
So you've been there for 17 years?
Yes, after school. That's giving away a little bit of my age. And yes, I've been working at the newspaper ever since.
But then you are old because you look young, but you have an old now that you said that 17 years.
That's why I'm staying fat. Nah. Otherwise, I'm going to have some wrinkles.
Nice. I'm talking about getting fat and wrinkles. I've been seeing you making exercises sitting down. You never stand up, you just
sit down.
You just do that.
Yes, because I'm lazy.
But you're getting...
No, actually, I suffer from scoliosis.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's how we...
It's with my spine. It's a bit crooked.
Okay.
Which is... My wheel alignment is off.
So we love you.
It's off.
Her wheel alignment is off.
That's the only thing that's off about me.
Okay.
But yeah, my wheel alignment is quite off. So I am in pain when I stand and exercise. But I'm working on it.
But then why do you still exercise?
Because the less I exercise, the faster my mobility goes.
Oh.
Yes, I also suffer from rheumatoid arthritis as well as...
Which one is that now? You see, you are speaking beautiful English now. You are confusing us. Which one is that?
Basically, I've got both types of arthritis.
Mm-hmm.
The one in my bones and the one in the tendons itself.
Okay.
So I've got osteoarthritis, which is coming from the bones itself, and then the rheumatoid is the tendons and the ligaments inside. It gets inflamed a lot. Okay. So my mobility is going. I drop things and I'm having a hard time moving around. It's over 40, you know.
Yeah, but now you're going over 40.
So yes.
But that's the funny part about you. You have this disease. I'll call it a disease for now. You have the sickness, but you keep on pushing yourself. You keep on going. You don't stop.
No, because if I stop, where am I going?
No, but you've been here for how many years?
Oh, forever. So I'm literally older than the furniture.
Wow, especially this one. And this one is already breaking. It's falling apart. But on that note, your career-wise, you are at Gemsbok. You mentioned it.
Yes.
How long have you been here?
I've been working here for 16, going on 17 years.
As a
journalist.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I was lucky enough, for those of you who are old enough,
like myself,
I was lucky enough to start working under the great Douglas Jones, who was the editor here.
Okay.
He was deemed one of the best crime journalists in the country of his time. Very celebrated journalist at the time. He taught me what I know. Wow. I studied, but I studied.
I get you.
And he taught me what I know. Yes.
So, I'm about that now. Seeing that we're going to dip in a little bit that. No, just the career. Relax.
Not my studies.
Not just studies. I saw you studied.
I studied.
So, being a journalist for I would say a community newspaper, what was one of your most exciting moments? Like it's now 16 years now. You must think deep. Go back.
Yes, I have to dig. Oh, there are so many, and you have to kind of compartmentalize them because you work. It's a tiny office for a huge newspaper. We're only two on the editorial team. Wow. The editor and myself, and we cover basically from Port Nolloth to Kuruman.
Wow.
to Calvinia and all the way around. We don't cover Diamond Fields area, that's it, of the Northern Cape.
Wow.
And it's just the two of us. And so the news and the events and the things that we cover or that we experience varies from serious hard crime, court and crime, to human issues, to wonderful, human interest stories, which I love. One that stands out is a few years ago, there was a little child in Kenya, I think, who was losing sight in her eyes. She was 6 or 7. And they came to me because the parents didn't have any funds for the huge operations, as you know, expensive. Very little of our readership can afford medical aid. And we wrote a story about her, what she needs. And within 2 weeks, the communities pulled together and paid for eyesight operations. Yes.
That is a beautiful story.
Yes, I love those. And then meeting our local unsung heroes. There's this little guy, everybody knows him, the 5-cent Okie.
Yes. Yes.
People like him, making a difference even though they have their own struggles. Thinking about others. I love that. That's my favorite thing.
Those things.
Yeah.
Okay, what is one of your worst interview that you've ever done or story you ever wrote that you went there?
I was sitting in court. This is also a few years ago. Don't ask me dates.
No, we are very.
But the community will remember. It was the little girl that went missing and was found 2 days later upside down in a trash can in Louisville.
I remember the story.
Yes.
I remember the story.
And sitting there, listening to her family in court, telling what happened, and the accused, that still, it grabs you, it never leaves you. People think that we heard everything, and we take it home. We take it home.
I mean, for 17 years, there's been a lot of horrible stories.
Quite a few.
Insults. For being the way you write.
I've heard it all.
17 years.
Yes, I've heard it all. Everybody thinks they're so original when they come to me and they give you those little one-liners about die wonderbok. Wonder met jou gekoop. But you still did.
Yeah, nice.
When people can tell me the mistakes I made in my newspaper, I'm happy because they read it.
Exactly.
Because they read it. Yes, I'm biased, I'm racist, I am stupid, I wasted my money studying. And yeah, I've been sued many times.
But let's be honest, you have that, you see, when I met you, guys, I'm honest. When I met you and you were sitting in the office, so you have this element of sitting like this. And I'm like,
it's actually my back. That's why I'm doing this.
I think about it, I look at you, I'm like, whoa, this one, I cannot even open my mouth. This one is racist. This one is everything. Maybe explain for what's this? You see this light there?
Death metal.
Yeah, no. So when we look at you, people are like, I cannot speak to this lady. For anyone that want to have a conversation with you, but this one looks too much racist. What do you have to say to them? Just tell us a little bit about you.
I'm racist.
Yes. If
dumb people are a race, I'm a racist. And what makes you dumb is not your intellect, it's the way you act.
Nice.
That's the race I can't stand.
Nice.
I will discriminate openly against people who act without thinking, who deliberately hurts others,
nice,
who are just very dumb. Then I'm a racist.
Nice.
Yeah.
So basically you tell us that Actually, you're not even racist. You don't have an element of race in you because I heard a little birdie said that you back then, you were actually the first white person or the only white person in your class.
Yes, and in my residence when I was staying on campus.
How was that?
I was the only one. Oh, it was lovely. Everybody was taking such good care of me because they were so afraid of a racial incident.
Yes, I did not want to receive.
That's why I studied.
Yeah, you
I
did.
I had bodyguards and
No.
everybody was looking on. No, actually, studying at Pentek where I studied, it's now what kaput.
Yeah.
It opened my eyes because yes, I grew up privileged, and I knew going to study there because it's the best journalism course in the country.
Yes.
For somebody who's too lazy to go to university.
You heard that, guys. If you are to be lazy, you can just
go take. No, actually, no, it doesn't work like that. But yeah, it's the best journalism course. And I knew going there how I felt about different races, different religions. I didn't know how they felt about me.
Exactly.
That scared the crap out of me. And I was standing there, I went alone. I did my whole journey studying alone because I'm very independent. And I remember getting there and everybody's looking at me. And after a while, I realized that everyone was thinking exactly the same as me. How is she feeling about us?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And when you can cross that and you can joke about a past that hurts,
Exactly.
then you're there. Then everything is so cool. There's this lady that was in the America's Got Talent show that died yesterday, Nightbird. It's a lady with cancer.
Okay, yes.
I don't know if it rings a bell. She said something back then, all those months ago, that stuck with me, is you can't wait for life to not be hard to start being happy.
Wow. No.
And I think that is what we all should do. We can't get stuck on the hurt of the past and wait for that to vanish somehow in order to move on and build a better future for all of us.
Wow. Well, you said it good. It's almost like in a relationship, because if I say I've forgiven you in a relationship, but I still have that, you cheated on me, I remember you cheated. You understand? Then you will never heal. That's basically what we're trying to say.
That's true.
So if we would stick to whatever the past is, then the future is always.
Yes. I don't say forget it.
Yeah, you
Because if
can't.
you forget it, you're going to make the same mistakes.
Or you say you must just park it here.
Yes, just leave it at the door.
Just park it.
Yes. See it through the window. Remember it. But don't drag it into everything. And because you can't drag something and get aid.
Okay, good. Let's jump a little bit back to, let's talk about the newspaper again. We try to balance between the two.
Yeah, I'm also trying to balance between the two.
Because don't worry, there's other questions I would ask you now. Don't worry, those ones are like, wow, this is not about us. But just like generally, what do you say that you guys have achieved over these years from the different communities at large? Yeah. So one of the key questions I wanted to ask is the newspaper. There's people that have been saying that the newspaper doesn't cater for them all. What's your take about that? And how do you averagely rate your newspaper's distribution and the reading? And then also, when you're done with that one, the last one is to say that I've seen you guys are going digital with the newspaper as well.
Yes, we're trying to grow with the times. But let's just get back to catering for everybody. Nobody can cater for everyone.
Nice.
We're trying to find a middle ground and we are really open to suggestions. But we as South Africans have this habit of complaining around the campfire and never coming forward and saying, listen guys, I have issues.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that there's no balance. I've got this one.
Okay.
Sport.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
There's absolutely no soccer in our newspaper.
Okay.
Do you know why?
Why?
Nobody's contacted us, giving us dates, places where they're playing,
wow.
who the teams are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do you know what I had for lunch yesterday?
No.
Because I didn't tell you.
You got to
exactly
okay, I would say why you guys are not going out in the streets and go look for some projects.
Okay, yes, but I have a family at home.
Nice.
Like you do.
Okay, good.
See,
okay.
I have a family at home.
Mm-hmm.
I work all hours of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So if I look at my calendar and I see, oh, Saturday is open.
Nice.
I'm not going to go look for anything.
I'm going out there.
My little boy.
I'm going out there.
Yes.
I'm going out there. I'm going to relax. I'm not tired.
Yes.
Okay, so you say this was one of the complaints about.
Yes. It's just an example.
Okay.
Some of our further away schools, some of the schools in our town complain that we don't get to them, but nobody is contacting us.
Listen to me, us. Like I'm not part of us.
Yes,
I'm the community. I'm us.
You are the community, and we are you. If you let us, if you invite us in, if you tell us, listen, guys, we've got a fair coming up. Please come take some photos.
Nice.
We've got this child in our school, in our community. We've got this person here that is doing well. And come speak to this person. Tell his or her story. We will do that gladly.
Okay. Because like you're saying, and it's something that you mentioned, because we sit around the bonfire. We go out for stories. We sit around the bonfire. And then we find out that, I can't spoil. Why should we buy that book, the empty book? It doesn't speak to us. It doesn't speak to us because these people, they only cover their people. That's how the perception. No, we speak too here. We speak. So basically, that's what we say. We're like, but it's okay. People doesn't speak. You understand that? So do you agree on that element? To say that you do not tap onto those elements?
We can't. Without the help of the community.
Exactly.
We want to, but we can't. If you don't contact us, we don't know about you.
I like the way you're going deep. Yeah, so that's what you say. You say that they are not coming.
No.
You were so angry, aggressive.
Yes.
You are not coming to us.
As I was saying is, you don't call me, I don't know about you. That's the thing.
And you say that that's the people that can see, they know you.
Yes.
Because you're like almost like the face now of this kind of work.
Yeah, it's because it's the bigger face.
Okay, that's true. You guys, you heard. Please contact Gemsbok if you're from around here. You've got great stories to tell. We'll also contact you.
Yes, please do.
You need to post about it.
Please do.
Please, you must post about it.
Yes, okay, I will. You just blackmailed me.
Guys, commitment. You must post about us.
Yeah.
Must post about us.
Fine. You can go see now on our Facebook page.
It's all over.
Link is there.
Nice. Yeah, we want the link. We want our link to the Talkshow. Must be there. Thank you very much. Yeah, talking about the link. It's one of the other questions that I asked. You guys are going electronic. You guys are going. Well, how does it even make money?
Before COVID already, the printed newspaper has been struggling. Because everybody with a cell phone, everybody with Facebook, is now a journalist.
Yeah. Are you saying on us now? Everybody's now
what size shoes?
It fits.
Everyone's a journalist, and people take the spoken word as
That's the thing.
But not only that. Multimedia advertising Advertising is what keeps the newspaper alive, because people will always want the news. You have a notion, you tend to rather believe the written word than something you see and you hear. Okay. But our advertisers think that everything electronic is better.
Okay.
And it's not better, but it's also as good.
No.
Yes.
But
So
isn't
we
it-
cater for all the platforms now.
You're on WhatsApp as well.
Yes. We add you to a group,
Yeah.
and then you get the newspaper link,
Wow.
and you can go digital. And we've got an interactive newspaper online,
Okay.
which means if you have a company or organization and you want our readers to actually go to your page and
Wow.
follow you online, there's this little green hand
Oh.
on the digital newspaper. If you click on it, it will take you to the art center if the article is about. It
Wow.
will take you to your website or your
I feel
Facebook
like
page.
I've been on this digital newspaper.
seen the little
I've seen it and like I do not care what the screen is about. I will pass.
You can even see our inserts. You know, the one my father used to say, he only buys the newspaper for the pink newspaper.
Yeah, that's also about the one.
But now, if you
does it
get
go
digital one,
does it go with growing old? Because I feel like the more I grow old, I also now move to this angle of the index.
yes, it's when you're paying your own bills.
Yeah, but like, I want this one.
And the toys are so
Yeah,
much
like,
cooler.
but yeah, yes.
So the newspaper inserts, all those junk mail inserts, are also digital.
Wow.
If you
Wow.
you see at the masthead, you can see the game and checkers. You click on that, you go to their websites.
Hey, you guys. This newspaper's making a lot of money with this creative ideas.
And digitally,
Ah, yes.
there we go.
School.
Onthou ek is Afrikaans.
School.
Digitally,
English, deal with it.
we reach literally tens of thousands to almost 100,000 people per digital newspaper.
Wow.
Our digital newspaper goes national.
Wow. Oh, obviously. International, actually.
Yes, yes. Yeah, actually, I know a few international people,
Yeah.
and I'm not talking Namibia.
Do we count them?
Are they international?
No, yes. You've claimed Namibia a long time ago. Yes.
So, yeah, no, we have to grow with the times to survive. Did you know that the Gemsbok newspaper is almost 100 years old? It was funded in 1929. So it's one of the oldest, largest community newspapers in South Africa that's still in print.
Wow. And right on that one, beautiful, because if it's from that era, Mandela, what declared and whatever, would you say now, we're just referring to your 17 years, we're not referring to the past. In the past there was one article there, but would you say that now with the current newspaper, the way you're running things, would you say there's a big paradigm shift on saying that based on catering? I know you said that you can only cater for so much, but would you then say that back then and comparing to now, there is more, we say it like it is, there's more black people now showing and there's more colored people now showing, their stories are now being covered more than before?
Yeah, definitely. There was a time, and I'm not going to give you the dates. There was a time that there was a Gemsbok. It was called the Goliath News.
Yes. No, I know. I'm that kind of.
And the Goliath News had a special newspaper, especially for colored and black people.
Wow. The one that was printed aside.
Yes.
Oh shit.
There was a whites only newspaper.
Okay. It's like you read read this. Yeah,
Yeah.
people read this. You guys read this. This is enough information for you.
And then, thank goodness, because that seems like double the work.
Yeah, no, yes.
But yeah, we changed and we grew.
Yeah, you are we. Like,
The Facebook grew with the times.
Mm-hmm.
When the nation had to shift their mindset,
Mm-hmm.
the Gemsbok's mindset changed.
Nice.
I think it changed before then already,
Mm-hmm.
because we were lucky enough to actually, the journalists and the people that were working here
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't white people covering the black people's news.
Oh.
So it was an integrated office.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm.
And when you work with somebody, you see them.
Okay.
You see what I mean? So, but our image changed. The mindset of our image changed. And as the community changed, we changed.
Wow. Well, that's just
You
beautiful.
got that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, because we entered here, guys, just for a tip, we entered here, we changed the whole chaos, we moved around everything, we are home here. Yeah? We made it. But that's on the handbook element. You've been posting. You know what we do is we normally talk about your life.
You stalk me, I know.
No, stalk you. Me, I stalk everyone. I can't be interviewing you without stalking you. I mean, you've been doing an amazing thing, where, like the way you're writing and then when you contribute to the community. You don't know the letters that you do by posting about us and by showing that you care. It contributes a massiveness. And then again, we first see you like a few months ago, guys. I'm giving insight. A few months ago, what was it? Years now, and then we see there's a picture of a thing that looks like a baby, but it's not here. It's not here. The face gets hidden the whole time throughout.
Yes,
throughout.
smiley face.
Yeah, and you always put an emoji. You put an emoji there. And then, boom. Here's this little beautiful son that is walking there, standing on top of things.
Climbing.
Yeah.
On everything.
Wow. I don't know what motivated that. And guys, and the child is with like, you know what, like it's brown skin. It's a black child though. Maria Carey. I also putting a Maria Carey star. What's this lady's name from America?
Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie.
Multicultural, yes.
Yeah. What motivated you there? You know, it also showed me a whole different side of you though. After seeing
Yes.
that.
My wife and I have been struggling with, okay, you're going to wonder how that works. That is another story, but infertility has been a big thing for us.
Okay.
We went that road a couple of times, and every time it ends in hardship and heartache and whatnot. And then we decided that we want to be parents.
Nice.
And then we adopted a little boy.
Mm-hmm.
We adopted him in November last year.
Wow. You say I've been following you.
Yes. And he's growing up to be a very strong-willed little trooper. Yeah, so...
And he's putting a very beautiful smile on the face at home and everywhere. And even for us, when I see it, like, it looks like I know him.
Touches people. He's got this... everybody's welcome personality.
In this way.
Yes, he's a happy little chap.
Nice. And that brings joy into your life.
Oh, so much. So much. We are so blessed.
Nice. But what do you have to say, your last words for the viewers? Something motivational, man. Spice us up. Motivate us a little bit there before we close our show. Just give us some.
I'm going to plagiarize somebody's words.
I mean, you're a journalist. You know these words. Just take something from Mandela.
Yes. People. Oh, no, there's so many. If I have to go there, we will sit here till next week. No, I want to stick with, because it's been stuck in my head for a few months now, is that don't wait for times to be better.
Nice.
To decide to be happy.
Wow.
Don't wait for times to be better to decide to be happy.
Wow. You heard it from the horse's mouth. She said it, not me. I don't know if there's, before we was close, that was so deep. Before we was close, camera crew, any question? Anything you want to know there? Yeah? there? Any question there before we close out? Yes?
What encouraged you to go for a black child?
Oh, yes?
In all honesty, we don't mind the fact that he's black. We didn't know he's going to be black till they told us there is a child available. They gave us a little profile, but numbers says there are more black boys available for adoption in South Africa than any other place.
Wow.
But we didn't know what we're getting until they gave us the profile and we had to decide yes or no. And then we just saw that little face.
Come on! And the heart was what the heart was.
Insert photo here.
Nice. Yeah, oh wow. Yeah, we are going to. Oh, yeah. Yes, okay, yes. Just look at this. Yeah, but isn't the heart wants what the heart wants?
The heart wants what he wants. He has brought some very, very old-fashioned thinkers to their senses in his little life.
Wow. I get you. You know, I need another interview. I don't know, but when we are very big guys, must remember this is never be like, come back. Come back. That time you must have the child on the lab.
Yes.
Okay, from our side, at Masakane Art Center and the crew, Tanoke Mokaya, Issue, we love you. Thank you very much. How did you feel?
Okay. I'm just really worried that I don't express myself like I want to. People are like,
what the fine art? Yeah, no, the fine art.